In a moment that has shaken the very pillars of Danish tradition and royal unity, King Frederik X and Queen Mary of Denmark have stepped forward with a raw, deeply human admission, one that echoes far beyond the palace walls and into the hearts of a nation. A revelation, solemn in its truth and powerful in its consequences, now marks a turning point in the legacy of Denmark's most beloved monarchy. Today, we delve into an unfolding chapter of emotional complexity, national heartbreak, and personal resilience. For the first time since his historic ascension to the throne in January 2024, King Frederik has allowed the nation to glimpse behind the regal facade, revealing a severe blow that not only rocks the royal household, but reveals the vulnerabilities, the hidden tensions, and the emotional wounds within Denmark's first family. What could possibly cause such pain at the heart of a monarchy known for its unity, tradition, and steady presence? This is the full story, rich in history, heavy with emotion, and filled with the unspoken truths of the Danish royal family. In January 2024, the world witnessed a rare and momentous event. After more than 5 decades on the throne, Queen Margrethe II, Denmark's longest reigning monarch, abdicated the crown in favor of her son, Crown Prince Frederik, now King Frederik X. The transfer of power was hailed not only as a historic act of humility and grace, but also as a symbolic gesture of transition, a new beginning for the House of Glucksburg. Alongside his radiant Australian-born consort, Queen Mary, the new monarch entered the spotlight with a mandate of modernity, duty, and calm continuity. But behind the smiles and royal handshakes, something deeper was brewing. As many royal watchers would come to realize, the apparent seamlessness of the transition masked a far more delicate reality. Since their fairy tale wedding in 2004, Frederik and Mary have been regarded as a beacon of royal love and mutual strength. Their shared moments of laughter, their 4 children, Prince Christian, Princess Isabella, and twins Prince Vincent and Princess Josephine, all formed the backbone of Denmark's royal identity. But every family, no matter how gilded, bears the quiet burdens of expectation, loss, and personal sacrifice. Sources close to the palace have confirmed that internal tensions began to rise well before Queen Margrethe's abdication. Among them, the shocking decision in 2022 to strip Prince Joachim's children of their royal titles, a move that sowed discord among Frederik's own siblings and cast a shadow over the unity of the royal family. Although King Frederik was not the decision-maker at the time, his ascension meant inheriting the fallout, including strained relations with his younger brother Prince Joachim, who now resides in Washington, D.C. with his wife Princess Marie. And yet, this was not the only blow. As Frederik and Mary stepped into their roles as king and queen, public attention focused sharply on Queen Mary's remarkable grace and King Frederik's deepening introspection. Their appearances became more formal, their expressions more measured. Then came the announcement, unexpected, powerful, and deeply moving. While the palace has remained cautious in detailing the exact nature of this distress, royal insiders and Danish commentators point to a convergence of painful events that together created this unprecedented emotional reckoning. Some insiders believe the rift with Prince Joachim remains unresolved. Others point to Queen Margrethe's diminishing health, a reality she had long concealed from the public, as a contributing factor. Still more suggest the weight of a modernizing monarchy, and the relentless public scrutiny, have placed increasing pressure on the new king and queen. It was during a highly anticipated speech at the Christiansborg Palace, one that was expected to simply mark the beginning of the summer royal season, that King Frederik broke protocol and stunned the room. His voice, steady but thick with emotion, revealed a truth few expected. This past year has tested us more than we anticipated. There are wounds in our family, not all of them visible to the public eye. But they are real, and they hurt. Queen Mary, sitting nearby, took her husband's hand, a simple gesture that carried centuries of unspoken royal resilience. The moment was instantly shared across Danish and international media, drawing a wave of public sympathy, speculation, and admiration. For many Danes, it was a rare glimpse into the personal humanity of a monarch who had, until now, seemed untouchable. The Danish press erupted. From Berlingske to BT, headlines screamed of royal vulnerability and potential crisis. Social media flooded with supportive messages, Danes praising the royal couple's courage and vulnerability. Yet alongside compassion came questions. Was the king referring to a health issue within the family? Had something occurred behind palace walls that could explain the severe blow? Was the emotional strain reflective of a broader internal crisis in the monarchy? TV2 Denmark launched a special program titled, Royal Rift, What's Going On Inside the Palace? In which royal correspondents speculated on long-held private tensions between Frederik and his brother Joachim, suggesting unresolved grief following the death of Prince Henrik in 2018 may still cast a long shadow over the royal family. While King Frederik addressed the nation, Queen Mary's silence spoke volumes. Her posture, her gaze, and her composed presence during the speech only deepened the emotional resonance of the moment. Behind her elegant wardrobe and composed demeanor lies a woman who has carried a nation's expectations on her shoulders since the moment she arrived from Tasmania 2 decades ago. Royal expert Kjeld Heibel noted, Mary has always been the royal family's emotional anchor. In times of crisis, she never flinches. And yet, you can tell, this moment was different. This hit close to home. For many Danes, concern quickly turned to the royal couple's 4 children. Prince Christian, now 19, has already begun preparing for his future role as crown prince. But sources suggest that the emotional climate in the royal household has left him more reserved, appearing distant at recent public engagements. Princess Isabella, fresh off her milestone 18th birthday, has taken on more public duties, yet insiders note a noticeable shift in her public appearances, less frequent, more calculated. Twins Prince Vincent and Princess Josephine, still in school, have remained shielded, though Queen Mary's increased absence from some public events is believed to be related to supporting their emotional well-being during this turbulent time. What truly happens inside Amalienborg Palace is often shrouded in mystery. But over the past several months, subtle signs have emerged, an unusually high number of solo appearances by King Frederik without Queen Mary. Rumors of private counseling sessions arranged for the royal family. Cancellation of previously scheduled public engagements with little explanation. Palace staff, known for their discretion, have only offered neutral statements. But the consistency of these subtle disruptions has not gone unnoticed. Much of the current strain can be traced back to the legacy of Prince Henrik, the late husband of Queen Margrethe and father to King Frederik. Prince Henrik was known for his frustration with his secondary status in the monarchy, often expressing bitterness about never being named king consort. These wounds deeply affected his sons, especially Frederik, who, according to biographer Jens Andersen, often felt torn between loyalty to his father and the rigid traditions of the Danish crown. Is it possible that this current emotional fracture within the royal family is a delayed echo of Prince Henrik's unresolved legacy? King Frederik ascended the throne with great hopes for a more relatable, modern monarchy. But the burden of authenticity, as it turns out, is not light. His recent emotional acknowledgement is both a risk and a bold new standard. No Danish king in modern history has admitted to such personal pain in public. In doing so, Frederik may have forever changed the public's expectations of royalty, no longer stoic, silent figureheads, but emotionally honest humans navigating an ancient institution in a modern world. From Copenhagen to Aarhus, from the Faroe Islands to Greenland, Danes are responding. Churches have held quiet prayers for the royal family. Mental health advocates have applauded the king's honesty. Even Queen Margrethe, who remains a respected public figure, issued a rare statement: a family does not become less royal for speaking truthfully. It becomes more human, and more beloved. As the Danish monarchy turns a page, one thing is clear: the days of unapproachable royalty are fading. King Frederik and Queen Mary's public acknowledgement of emotional distress is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of courage. In that vulnerability lies the future of monarchy, not as relics of history, but as living, breathing symbols of national identity, empathy, and truth. This is not just a story of sadness. It is a story of evolution, of resilience, and of emotional truth. By speaking from the heart, King Frederik and Queen Mary have redefined what it means to wear a crown. And now, as Denmark watches closely, the question remains: will this moment of raw honesty strengthen the royal family, or reveal deeper fractures yet to be addressed? What do you think? Has the time come for all royal families to embrace emotional transparency, or does it risk undermining centuries of tradition? Subscribe for more royal updates, in-depth stories, and the truth behind the crown.